Mikachu. Sorry, I was making some coffee. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, just kind of another kind of boring day. Just not really. I'm just trying to stay calm and not like, I don't know, just not really making much content lately. No, nothing's wrong, just another boring day. Just like, I feel like I'm just kind of glued to like YouTube and Twitter and stuff, and I'd rather just play some video games. And it's like, you know, I'm just, it's so easy to get caught up in the news and get caught up in all the stuff going on. And I just like, for like, you know, I just want to be able to be like, you know what, like none of that has to do with me, you know. I'm just playing a game, you know, like it does have stuff to do with me because like obviously it's the world, but it's so easy to get like completely stuck on like what's happening and like the stuff I follow, you know, and obviously the algorithm doesn't really help with that. The algorithm pushes the same stuff that you watch, and it's like, okay, like I have a risk of being like really kind of insular or whatever it's called, really stuck like in an echo chamber or something like that. You know what yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just making some coffee. I'll be right back. Oh shit, I thought I would... I shouldn't have... I was like auto-attacking, I was like... That was actually really risky. Oh fuck. That was really risky. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just really kind of unsure about my future. You know, obviously my medical stuff is taking precedent right now, but like, there's really nothing I can do about it. I mean, I'm doing the best I can to get through this month and get to the surgery. I even had a dream about someone getting a surgery. It was very different than what my surgery was. It was like some doctor doing some kind of like removal of some organ from someone that was causing COVID. Or something like what the fuck? They're like removing like some kind of like queen. Like, I don't know, this is 2 nights in a row that I had a dream about Ripley, like Ellen Ripley from like Alien Universe, like Sigourney Weaver. It's 2 nights in a row that I had very similar dreams. Like one was like Ripley was like having like, she was in like a she was in like a psych ward or something. And like it was like in a ship. And like she was having like these like telepathic communications with the alien hive mind. But this was like some other timeline where or something where like they were like developing like an actual like human, like almost human like society, but it was very like cultist and like religious cultist. It was really freaking weird. Like they were doing like pyres of fire, and like they had like this like kind of ceremony ritual kind of stuff going on. But like she was having this like vision of it, and then like she thought it was real, but it was real. It ended up being real, but like she was trying to convince herself that it wasn't real. And it was kind of like a mix between Terminator 2, like, you know how in Terminator 2 you have like Sarah Connor, and like I think she like believed that she was like actually like insane for a little bit. And then she thought she was having some kind of like psychotic breakdown, and then obviously the reality came crashing in. It really was real. Cyberdyne systems needed to be taken down. No, I mean I've always had a very vivid dream life. I've always been able to remember like my dreams, especially ones that are like they have like intricate like movie like storylines. But then at the last second, like Ripley like was pulled back into like what we knew is like obviously the waking reality. And she was like, "No!" And then she was crawling towards the door, like trying to reach me. She was like, "Rebecca! Rebecca!" And it was like kind of weird. Like she was trying to tell me like about like the aliens. Like that I was basically like I was her, but I was also me. Like she was trying to tell me in the other room that she wasn't crazy. And like then like they found out about it, and I found out about what was going on in the background. Is the people leading the psych ward knew that she wasn't lying. Like they knew what was going on, and they were trying to get information about the society so that they could decide what to do. And they ended up like nuking the entire thing and destroying everything. So it's kind of a weird storyline. I almost feel like in that case the humans were like the really bad guys. Like obviously the humans were like always the bad guys, like, you know, the Wayland Yutani and all that. Like it's always been them who were like, they tried to like, you know, obviously that was the whole storyline, right? Like it was always Wayland Yutani that was always trying to they were always trying to like breed the xenomorphs to try to use them as a weapon. But in this case they were like trying to it was like not even like there was like some actual kind of civilization forming or something, and they were actually like not even, I mean they were like cultist or whatever, but like they weren't like attacking humans or anything. Like it wasn't anything like that. And like, I guess the humans were like taking a preemptive measure. They went too far in the direction that literally Ripley was trying to argue. Like it's like, you know how like Ripley was always like, these fuckers need to die. But then it's like it went too much in that direction. Like they were like they become exterminators. And it's like it just sort of goes to show that obviously you go too far in one direction, you can become the bad guy. Like even though they were trying to say like, oh, you know, these are forces you can't control. You know, these are wild animals. They're like going to like you can't tame them. You know, like that kind of stuff. But then it's like, it's almost like they started listening to her for once and then like went too far with it. And now she was the one trying to like protect them. That was kind of the storyline of the dream. But it was just kind of interesting, like, because I was going through like I've been going through some stuff, obviously. And I just, a lot of the times the dreams are like me trying to sort out like a lot of the stuff I'm trying to deal with. And a lot of that is just, I feel really kind of stuck. And like, you know, I am taking a break from social media very soon. And I'm pretty much already doing that pretty much. But I still pay attention to like news stories and all that. But I don't know, I am on like Discord and stuff. And I don't know, it's just like there's been a bunch of like just frustration going on. Like you know, like I'm trying to get noticed on Twitter. Like like everything just seems to be impossible because my success in this industry depends on me being popular. And I don't really, and obviously I need to be popular among the people that matter, and obviously it's people like you. So it's, you know, obviously I'm trying to, like, there's a lot of people that I just don't know, like, where they stand, obviously, because I don't know them. But the uncertainty is what's getting me, because, like, you know, I'm asking myself the same questions I did throughout, like, elementary school through high school. It was like, why do I want these people to like me? But then at the same time, it's like, I don't know if these people are bad people all the time. These are people, I mean, I don't know if these people are really, like, it's kind of like uncertainty, like, it's just it's potential, right? Whether or not people are actually, like, my people or not, I have to find out first, and I can't find out if I don't try. And so that's kind of where it is, and I don't really have any, I don't really know how I'm going to get out of my living situation. I don't know how I'm going to improve my life. Because, you know, my career goals are long-term and they're very uncertain. It's supposed to be like a side thing, but it's my main thing because I don't really have any other option. I mean, what am I going to do? Force myself to painfully torture myself through working like a fast food job? And then what's that going to do? Basically make the same amount of money I'm getting from SSI and then lose my SSI. And then if I quit the job or get fired, I have nothing. So it's like, it's really risky. Like, I can't take a job that earns like I can't take like a job that like a full-time job. And in order to actually get my life anywhere, I would have to take a full-time job if it was that kind of pay. But it wouldn't be enough to guarantee that I'd be able to like have a safety net. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be living paycheck to paycheck. And not only that, I'd be struggling. And not only that, I'm going through like 2 surgeries this year. So I'd have to like, I wouldn't be able to work. And I pretty much already am not able to work, even doing my own line of work. Like, I haven't been capable of like doing any work. So I'm just kind of on autopilot right now. Just kind of I put everything on the back. I put everything on hold basically. But obviously it's not standing still. Like, literally, I'm on the internet right now talking to you. So even when I'm standing still, I'm not standing still. So why do I think I'm lazy? Like, like literally when I'm doing nothing, I'm still doing something. What is wrong with me? Why do I not accept that? Why do I not accept my strength? Like, this is like a strength. Like, most people just kind of go on, they just kind of give up on themselves. And I don't. Yeah, it's kind of where I am. This weekend I'm gonna go visit my mom, hopefully, or as soon as possible. Don't you ever tell me again that you're lazy. Okay. Sometimes I need a kick in the pants. That person's probably happy I bought their pineapple juice. I don't know, it's like I try not to take things personally, especially on social media. Like that's like, I know this, but like it's still easy to do it. But it's like I posted like a funny little video. It was stupid, but I thought it was funny on like on a tweet. And then I got like on Steak and Eggs podcast, and I thought it was really funny. And obviously they can't delete the tweet, but they can block me, and they blocked me. And I was like, why? Like I'm getting, like I don't understand what I did wrong. Like I don't understand, like why I can't post something on a tweet without getting blocked. And I didn't even say anything bad. I just made a silly joke, and it wasn't even like a edgy joke. It was just a silly, stupid joke that probably nobody laughed at but me. But I don't care. I enjoy making stupid jokes. And you know, if I think it's funny, maybe somebody else thinks it's funny. You know? And it's already so hard to get yourself noticed, and it's like, okay, well, I can try, you know, tweeting, because how else am I supposed to get noticed? You know, I can tweet. And I was just using Twitter, and then I get blocked. And it feels like personal, like, because I feel like, you know, that whoever is running the social media accounts is like has some kind of like personal attack against me from like me being in Discord, because I've been in the Discord for quite a while, talking a lot, and I've gotten banned from multiple Discords, literally from a Discord in Asmongold's Discord, literally for using the venting channel, which is supposed to be for venting. And I'm getting mixed messages. Like, if I can't vent in a venting channel, then what am I supposed to do? What hope do I even have of existing in any community? When it's like, I go to any community and I just don't fit in at all. Even the communities I'm supposed to fit in. You know, like in LGBT communities and stuff like that. Like, it's always like, oh, Rebecca, like, you know, you're being too much. And it's like, like, where do I belong? I don't... And I'm trying not to take it personally, but it's really hard not to take it personally in this specific case, because, especially like with the OTK, you know, surrounding communities. Like, I've been very active, and I've had a lot of support from the mods, and like, they know who I am. Like, they know what I look like, they know about my social media accounts, they know about my alt account. You know, they know about everything. Or, I mean, everything that I've posted on the Discord, at least, and what they've, you know, probably more than they've, you know, made themselves aware of, or made me aware of what they know. And so it's like, it feels like a personal attack when I write like a really innocuous, like, just joking tweet, and then I immediately get blocked. Like, it's really hard not to feel personally attacked. And it's like somebody is like literally acting against me. Like trying to make me fail when I'm struggling just to get noticed. And it's already, I got like maybe like 100 views on the fucking video. Like, it barely got even any notice, and like, it's already hard enough to get like, it's already hard enough to get noticed, and then they shut me down even further, and it's like, what is going on? I'm getting some mixed fucking messages. Because the mods have told me they care about me in all the Discords. People say, and obviously there's always people who just don't give a fuck. But you know, I pay attention to the people who actually showed me support. Multiple people showed me support across the Discords, and I felt like I belonged. And then I get banned, and I get blocked, and I don't know where I'm supposed to belong, because I finally felt like I belonged somewhere. And you know, it's like, you know, if I get banned from Asmongold Discord, who literally has like a policy of like allowing people to speak their mind, then like what hope am I supposed to have when it's like, of all people, Asmongold was like the one person I thought would never ban me. Yeah, I know, Mikachu. Of course, like you matter. I belong here. This is my space, of course. I mean, I hope so. I hope I belong in my own space. You went viral on Twitter? Are you trolling me? I checked Twitter this morning. Or wait, did I? Two notifications. Yeah, I think you're trolling. Like, two notifications. Yeah, it's viral. Check, I am, yes, you are no. Yeah, of course people posted a vid about me. I'm probably guessing what it is. Those people, that's not viral. Those are people who are already shadow banned on Twitter, usually. Hey, Rushavik. I don't think I can fight the Opo. Or 50k views. I mean, that's what the video originally got in 24 hours. In 2020. And, you know, it rallied a bunch of people to my channel. And some of those people actually were like lifetime viewers. I mean, like they're still around, some of these people. So like it did, there has been some good out of it, but I'm not gonna lie. The video that you're talking about has painted me in a very negative light because it only showed a very small part of my existence, which is something that's real because I am autistic and I have meltdowns, especially when I'm backed into a corner. But what it does is that people just make assumptions about me. Of course, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a sign of success. Because if people are writing hate threads about me, I must be doing something right, you know? But I feel in this case it's a little different. Because it's like people just immediately paint me. Like, it paints me as a monster. And then usually, sometimes people, like, you know, like, people will come into my chat and then they'll, like, find out I'm not what they think I am. My dad's fart odor pillow? My dad smells really bad. He has an odor because he sweats vodka. It's disgusting, and he thinks it's a joke. It's not. It's really disgusting. The whole house is disgusting. I have to do, you know, no, he doesn't do any of the housework. The whole house is a fucking mess, and I try to take care of my own space, but I don't know, I'm trying to get out of here, and I don't know how to get out of here, and that's kind of what I'm messed up about. Like, I don't know if there's any future for me, and you know, it's like, I'm going through all this medical stuff, which is amazing, but what hope do I have after that? You know, like, what am I gonna do? Like, that doesn't change my financial situation. 10 p.m. Yeah, good night, Mikachu. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You're the first one here today. You know, that you give me hope, you know, because there's people who actually believe in me. I don't know what that's going to translate to. I obviously, you know, I don't know. I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to keep trying to do whatever I can. And I don't even know what I'm capable of, so I'm not going to limit myself. Yeah, he's that disgusting. He sits on something and the whole thing smells for like weeks. It's disgusting. And when he showers, he smells like soap, but then he still stinks. And he goes to work like that. He even got like complaints at work. I don't want to talk about my dad too much. I love him so much. I just wish he would wake up to his alcoholism. He thinks it's some kind of joke. And you know, I usually like, I only stand up for myself when he actually like harms me. Because sometimes he literally like just completely invades all of my boundaries. And on that moment, and that part of the stream, and because I was still new to streaming, and I didn't really think to stop the stream. And in fact, part of me thought it would be content. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me thought it would be content because I heard about people screaming and stuff going viral on the internet. And I was desperate, okay? And I didn't understand the implications. Okay, like I didn't know the whole picture. Okay, most people on the internet don't. Okay, like I had to pay for I'm still paying for it because there's people out there who will never see me any different than what they saw in that video, and they will immediately judge me and then never give me a chance. But you know what? There's people out there who will give me a chance, and so I care about those people. You know, regardless of how uphill of a battle it is to try to reverse the damage from that, there are people out there who give me a chance, and then they realize I'm not the monster they thought I was. Yeah, I mean, of course, people are gonna. I've already seen all the. I've seen every. It's not complicated. I've seen every single iteration of what people say on that hate thread. It's old content, and I'm gonna put it in through that lens. It's old ass content. It's stale. It's already been played out. So anybody who's just showing up to the party, there's nothing new about it. They all say the same things. It's played out. So I'm already done with it. No, my dad loves me. It's just his problem is that he just doesn't know boundaries. And I'm pretty sure he's also on the spectrum, but in a very different way. He doesn't know boundaries. He doesn't respect boundaries. He thinks he can just say whatever the hell he wants without consequence. And it's like, yeah, you can say what you want, but people are gonna fight back against it. And then he gets mad that people fight back against it, and he acts like he did nothing wrong when he did. And I've literally been telling him, like, for years, like, stop harassing me, stop invading my boundaries. What you're doing isn't okay, please stop. No means no. But my dad never, like, did anything very violent, or I mean he I don't know. My family, I don't want to get into details about my family. That was in 2020. That was only a few months after I started transitioning. I was also going through hormones, like for the very first time. Like now obviously it's been like 3.5 years since I started hormones. Like I'm obviously like a lot more used to them. And, you know, it's been a year since my orchiectomy as well. So, like, I'm a lot more settled into the hormone balance. Especially even by 2021, like, I was already really starting to get balanced. But of course, estrogen affects people in the way it does, because it's estrogen. Just like testosterone affects people the way it does. Testosterone makes people very emotional, too. It makes people kind of more edgy. Like on edge, rather. Yeah, it's not content I'm proud of because it wasn't content. It was a real life meltdown that was captured, unfortunately, and that has, you know, that was actually one of the better ones, honestly, compared to like many years ago. when I was backed into a corner and I had no allies. But the difference is now I have a medical team. Now I have allies. Now I have people who are like literally like on my side fighting for me instead of fighting against me. And my family's starting to realize, and they have been. Like once I don't know, it's kind of fucked up that it took like an autism diagnosis for them to start doing that. But I think they get it now. Like unfortunately it took this fucking long. I'm 35 years old now. Yeah, thank you, Raza. Like, you know, you're one of the people I think is more reasonable. And of course, I'm probably gonna read the hate thread because, you know, as much as, even though it's hate, it's still talking about me. And I'm, you know, human beings are inherently self-centered, or self-focused rather. I've kind of developed a oh, here it is. Yeah. So, look how powerful propaganda is. What the fuck? 56k views. Oh yeah, of course. We have the person saying that I didn't put any effort. Like, see, this is the same exact comments. The same exact iteration. Oh, fuck. The same exact iteration of content, of replies. It's nothing new about it. Shit, I just saved myself. Perfect dodge. Just like in real life. I just dodged that. Yeah, better to ignore it. It's like what's happening on my stream is literally what's happening. You just gotta use perfect dodge. What the fuck, people? What the fuck? Somebody talking about the chest opening? Ready opening. That house has deep sickness. Oh my goodness. Oh damn! Somebody's giving me content ideas. I am so confused. I thought this was going to be a joke where he's so upset that he gives up a massive blunder. First of all, I mean, obviously, if it weren't for the dead name, for the misgendering, that would actually be pretty based. That would be a pretty fucking. That would have been epic. If all that happened and I was like, because it's a blunder and my dad was in on it, like that would have been good content for real. But it was real, so it's not content, it's not funny. Like, it's very serious. But let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Obviously, it's better to ignore it, but let's be real. Human beings are inherently curious about what people are talking about them, and it's part of survival. So, you know, I think it's how you deal with it that matters. you know, like trying to avoid something that's actually happening is only going to hurt you, because if you just say, oh, I should be ignoring it, but I'm not, what's wrong with me? Now you're creating a new problem, right? Now you're hating yourself for doing something that you thought, you know, it's just human nature. You can't really fight human nature. Yeah, and somebody did say 5150. I was 5150 that night. I was in a 72-hour hold after that. And unfortunately, you know, that's how it happens when I get to that point. And I've learned how to rein it back before it gets to then, because the people who are doing the thing are the problem. Like, my dad was clearly the problem, and he didn't get hospitalized. Even though he was, like, really drunk, invading my space, and then not even leaving my room when I told him to, which is literally, the cops told me, is like, I have rights. Like, I am on the lease. He can't be in my room without my permission. But how I responded was wrong, and I acknowledged that. I've made a video about it. Like, I literally, this is already old news. This is already, like, it's just, but people are just showing up to it, so I have to be, obviously, as a content creator, there's always going to be new frogs. So I've kind of learned how to deal with these people a little bit. Mostly I just, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't change the way they feel about me. The only thing I can do is kind of like, you know, let it kind of brush off, you know, like wash over me and just like kind of let it go. It's not personal. These people don't know what they're talking about. They don't know me. They don't know anything about me and my dad. They don't know anything about my situation. But you know what? Some people give me a chance and then they realize I'm not the monster they think I am. And I trust myself, and I know who I am, and I know my truth. Yeah, I mean, there's some very sane people here. I get what everyone is going to assume after watching this and why, but I can hear the father was drinking by his voice. First of all, don't attack my dad. Okay, he's very sick. Okay, I wish people wouldn't do that black and white thinking. Like, this is not, like, good versus evil, okay? We were both wrong in this situation. And I'm willing to believe there's relevant context here that's obvious. I mean, obviously, you know, this is what any sane person would think, and which is, like, obviously the people who don't even use Twitter, mostly. But for a Twitter user, this is a pretty sane take. I'm willing to believe there's relevant context here that's obviously not included in the video. Many do wind up like this because of an abusive parent. And, you know, then there's still this, like, you know, even at the end, there's still this, like, you know, victim blaming here. Like, I'm clearly been the victim, and the cops know this by now. They've been here so many times. They almost roll their eyes now whenever they show up because they know the context now. Like, they show up and they're like, oh, clearly, like, we know what happened, but we have to show up. And that's why I've kind of calmed down. Because I know that, like, as long as I stay calm, the cops aren't going to do anything, because I'm not doing anything wrong. But if I start screaming, they're going to 5150 me, and there's nothing they can do. Their hands are tied. I don't think this is a good place to farm. I'm gonna warp. Actually, yeah, because I mean, I need to get back to Yutunga Jungle. I mean, to Chasm. But I think I fell down the hole. Let's try to run back, because I don't want to waste an instant warp. Yeah, I don't respond. I don't really take any of the, like, the bullshit kind of typical replies seriously. Usually what I do is I look for stuff that's, like, new insight. And I think that's really the best way to deal with it, because you're not always going to be able to avoid it. This is not something you can avoid. And, you know, obviously there are certain cases where being silent is better, but I do feel like certain political strategies involve actually acknowledging something and actually addressing it, because if you avoid it, you say more by not talking than you do by talking, in some cases. And I think it's a very delicate situation, but I've kind of learned a few things, you know, since that video surfaced. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be able to I'm already at Yotur Jungle. I'm just gonna freaking instant warp. I'm gonna use up the conquest points. And I'm not gonna be able to have an instant warp now. But okay, it's fine. I think I'm gonna go back to Delkfoot Tower. I think that's been pretty much... I don't know. I might just go farm Gideus. And go farm... I need to get Diaga. Because that'll give Treasure Hunter across. And then I'll just mass kill bees. And Yagado. Because I do need to farm for Tenshoto fame anyway. So I may as well go to Gideus and just farm there. I'm not going to get any XP though, but at this point I have enough buffer. I'm not going to de-level. I'm not really focusing on XP right now, because if I focus on XP, I'm actually going to be spending gil. Because I need to spend gil on arrows, on bolts. Like acid bolts and sleep bolts. And it does add up, even though they're super cheap. Like it's basically like 10 gil a shot. But that still adds up. And I wasn't getting any drops off the goblins. I got some mail, like goblin mail, but not really. Yeah, you know, hopefully I can move, you know, hopefully I can make content that outshines that. That's my goal. At this point, you know, I could either go off, you know, there's two options. I could either completely leave social media, which we all know is not going to happen. And just move on and get a regular job, which I can't do. Or I could try to outshine it, which is what I should do. You know, by making better content that outshines it, and then, you know, that was not good content. Like plain and simple, it's just not good content. I'm gonna save those, I guess. Save that for my white mage. Put that away. Get a goblin mail. Do I have any? No, I don't. Yeah, I need like... Okay, I almost have the gil for the gobby bag. So I need to sell some things right now really quick. I need like 5k, or... I'm so close. I only need like 1k. But I don't want to sell anything. Let's just sell these crystals. It'll free up space in my... Oh no, I know. I didn't save those. You know, actually at this point, I can just buy 2 individuals. And then sell it that way. I'm gonna sell these, just NPC these, NPC these. Put the regen away. Silver beast coin away. So I'm painfully close to getting 5 extra inventory slots. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's 2 things you can do. Completely ignore something, use it as content to even stir up more drama, which in this case would be a bad idea. Or handpick and choose, like, tactfully, in a political manner, how to respond to things. And that's the option I need to take, because obviously I can't ignore it. People are going to find it. People are going to judge me. I can't do anything about that. I can actually... could sell them if I'll make more gil if I sell them individually, and they might sell pretty fast. But so that's 650 gil per fang. I mean, I could run to Sandoria and turn them in for the quest, but ugh. That's a time investment. Yeah, I'm just gonna sell these. That's time investment. Oh, there's only, I just need 2 more for that. I'm gonna check the auction house for that. I'll just sell those. Sell those. Need 2 more lightning crystals. And 2 more bat wings. Wait, where are the bat wings? Alchemy? Okay, 90 gil. Okay, yeah, that's worth it. Nope, let me buy 2 of those. Sometimes you need to buy something in order to make... You need to spend money to make money, sometimes. It's basic economics. I might even be able to save a few gil. If I undercut it. So wait, if I go to 90, but then maybe go to 80, 79, let's go. Nice, I saved 21 gil. And I mean, I saved 11 gil. It adds up. Okay, and then I'm gonna make 1,100. Okay, and then buy 2 lightning crystals. How much are the crystals worth? How much is the stack? Same price as that. But that's not worth it. I don't... No, it's only... Never mind. It's the same. Why do I say that's not worth it, even though it's just a little bit more? It's just like... It is slightly more. It's 100... Okay, let me try 100 gil. Okay, yeah, 100. Try 90, 98. Someone might be... Yep, someone was undercutting. So the way the auction house works is the person who listed it as the lowest gets bought first. And so if you go to the... It's like Price is Right. If you... The closest without going over... The closest... You want to go the closest without going over. I mean, like... Well, basically, like, you want to go as low as possible. And even if you're pay... So somebody could technically put something up for 1 gil, but if somebody bought it for 1,000,000 gil, they would buy yours first. They didn't... Because there's no way to know how much people list it for. So that's the way the auction house works. It's pretty awesome. I think it's an amazing economy. I think it's the best economy. It's so... Because it's so simple, but it's actually really robust. And I think if you get too complicated in some games, yeah, I'll just sell that. It's not worth it. I made some profit on this. I bought those for 250, so I'm making 50 gil on that. Okay, now I have enough to get the items. So let me get all these items. Peridot. Prices probably didn't shift much, or at all. You know, I really miss the day when I loved, and obviously I'm building up a new understanding of music, but I really miss the days when music was like this very all-encompassing, like it's all that mattered. Performing music, being in the moment, performing, and just caring about music and not giving a fuck about the rest of the world. Obviously, I was naive, and obviously naivete is not true happiness. As much as people say ignorance is bliss, it's really not. It's not. See, I actually saved 500 gil on it. Went down 500 gil, so I actually saved some gil. What's the next expensive one? Steel ingot? Smithing? So by waiting an evening, I actually saved some gil. Try to undercut a little bit. Okay. Okay, like 3.5 is probably what I can expect. Okay. And then linen cloth, cloth craft. $2.110. That's very, very specific. And Jamal leather, leather craft. $800. So I mean, I saved 200 gil on that one. Yeah, that one was only 1K before. Okay, now I gotta go to lower Juno. Now I'm getting 5 extra inventory slots, which is actually gonna make me more gil over time. Because these gobby bag quests, they clear up your inventory, which means you don't have to waste time warping back or running back. So it actually saves you. You make more gil over time, the more inventory slots you have. Because you don't have to keep going back to sell stuff. You can stay out longer. And it's more efficient over time. And obviously, you know, like, you can use this stuff anywhere in life. Like, the profit increase, like the how to make the most profit in anything, but specifically in money. Like, if you spend your time doing one thing, then you have an opportunity cost. Like, obviously there's things I could be doing that are better for my time right now, but right now I'm taking the effort to just, you know, because doing anything else would be damaging to my mental health. And if I don't have my mental health, the rest of everything is worthless. You know, you can't get back your mind. I mean, you could try, obviously, but it's if you can prevent damage, it's worth, you know, doing the work. Okay, okay. 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 Okay, ram leather, mithril ingot. Wool cloth. And turquoise. Let me check the prices. Somebody actually thought my dad was sober? What a fucking delusional person. Yeah, there's just so many, all the people who are like super like old-fashioned conservative, not necessarily alt-right, but like people who are very like kind of old school, like my house, my rules, basically very abusive attitudes, obviously in different levels. Because there's some people who are just like, you know, my house, my rules, like it's kind of understandable if somebody's like going to be like fucking up the house and like you know, like refusing to, you know, pick up after themselves and stuff. That's understandable. But like, oh, you know, no son of mine is going to be one of those transes. Like that's a little different. But there's a lot of people who are just like, oh, my house, my rules, like my way or the highway. Like I would kick you out on your ass when you turn 18. Like, dude, do you understand how much like different today's world is? That's borderline like actual abuse. That if you're putting someone out into the world with no resources in today's world, you can't just go work at a fucking diner and make enough money to pay for an apartment. Like you're going to be homeless and it's going to put you at an extreme disadvantage. And obviously no one can legally stop you because they're not on the lease. But just because it's legal doesn't make it okay. You know what I mean? And especially if, like, you know, I have no other options and, you know, I love my dad and he gives me a place to live and I'm on the lease. He can't kick me out. It's actually illegal. You know, the cops had to tell me that because I didn't know that. I didn't know my rights. That was one case where the cops actually, I obviously need to look at the price before I buy it, because I don't want to start buying it if I'm not going to be able to buy them all at once. Especially since I don't have the gill right now. I need to go actually get the gill. 1.1k. Oh no, that was the ram leather. Usually the leather is going to be the cheapest. Okay, mithril ingot. Oh, so just like, oh, I can't sort. Oh, no, it's already sorted. Yeah, okay, let's sort it. Oh, because the way they do the auction house is the stuff that's not listed is on the bottom. And so it goes, everything that's actually been listed before, or listed recently, I guess, is on the top. Like, cause this was listed recently, but Adam and Ingot, Adam and Eve, Adam and Ingot, Adam and Nugget, it's only been sold once, and that was back, it wasn't too far away. I don't know how they do it, because this one, well, there's 8, because if there's nothing listed. Okay, wait. Yeah, there's no one listed here. I guess it's so recent that it's not going to be put on the bottom. I don't know how often it updates. There's no mithril ingots. Or is that listed under goldsmithing? Okay, yeah, it's in goldsmithing. Mithril ingot, 8k. It's a little bit more expensive. Wool cloth. $3.6K. Turquoise. There's 2 goldsmithing instead of a smithing and a goldsmithing. This is like a sometimes it does that. Okay, turquoise. Turquoise. 4.5K. It's not pronounced turquoise. That would need an X in it, I think. Yeah, like La Croix. It's not LaCroix, it's La Croix. Like if you actually pronounce it French, like okay, so how much gil is that? 8K, 9.1K, 11.7K, 16.2K. Okay, right now we're on 2, not 11, we're on 2, copy back 2, so we need 16.2K. This is like the first thing we're really working on, because I could work on my gear, because for example I need these Dodge earrings, that's 120K, or, yeah, that's 110K I need to make. That's a long term. It is a good priority though, because this is +6 evasion, which helps farming and soloing. Traveler's Mantle is also 60K. That's only 3. That's 3 evasion. It's the same price. I guess I could get either one of these. But right now I already have 1 evasion on my earring, so this would actually be higher priority. Drone earrings are a little bit less because that's more for trick attack. And I mean, I need these closer to level 50, because level 50 I can use trick attack. I'm pretty sure that's when assassin is. Oop. That's when assassin is. Horizon wiki. That's funny artwork. It's like Mandragoras. It's really cute. Yeah, level 50. Okay, no. Assassin's level 50. Yeah, next job trait I get is evasion bonus and assassin at level 50. That's going to be really helpful for farming and soloing. Wait, what are the group 2 merits? Or did they not add? Oh, they haven't added group 2 merits. Oh, because they didn't add group 2 merits until Treasures of Odd Urgan. So they haven't added it yet, I don't think. Or maybe they just haven't added it to the wiki. Level 50. Yeah, I've already gotten all my job abilities. What the fuck? No, that's all the ones that are listed. Let's FF11 Thief. The job abilities. I don't know if they added accomplice and collaborator. I don't think they added these until way later, so I don't know if I'm gonna. I think hide. Do I even have hide? Wait. Did I not look? Yeah, I have hide. Wow. I need to make a macro for that. I don't know if it actually... I don't know if it actually counts as sneak and invisible, but I mean, it's basically that. I think that might be camouflage from Ranger. I don't know if hide actually works as sneak and invis. We'll have to test it out. Oops. What? I'm hidden from enemies and allies. I'm hiding. Ah. Okay, so now I have my work cut out for me. I need to make... I need to make 14K basically. Okay, but let's do that. Okay, it's getting really stuffy in here. It's actually not cold today, not raining. The fan on, the window open. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's go to, I mean, I should just get Signet anyway, but, Cat Girl, ooh ooh. Oh, underlevel, she has this underleveled sub job. Twink sticks. Or like twink dicks. Oh my god. Are they talking about World of Warcraft? Yeah, so N-Light is actually on this server. Or like it's early, like, cause it's Era Plus. It's like N-Light wasn't added till later on Paladin. And N-Dark. Nobody actually, like, it seems to be a secret where people are getting it from. Might be in E&M's, I don't know. Teeny Taru. Okay. Let's just go farm Gideus, because I'm going to need Yagado necklaces for Norg fame for Ususemi quest, because I need a level ninja. It's just, you know, obviously I'm subbing White Mage most of the time. Ooh, I forgot to get Diaga. Oh, God. I'll just use Dia. I mean, I don't know. Either way, I don't think I can really, at this, I don't know if I want to mass farm them anyway. It's going to take more time. Like, literally just cast Dia, and then unless I can kill the bees without one-shotting, and the Yagado, and I might be able to camp. I might be able to camp the monster Signa as well. But usually it's hard to get unless you're really dedicated to getting it. You're subbing Warrior for Provoke, like. Because Steel's not as fast as Provoke. But I do have Flee though. But I mean, if I subbed Warrior, I would have Provoke. Apparently there were people who were abusing an add-on, and they all got banned. Like perma-banned for using an add-on to claim NMs. So there's probably like, you know, there's at least, you know, there was some unfair competition before. And they do have a lottery system that they introduced, and which I think should have always been the case. Like, I really do think that, like, there should have always been, like, a way to prevent people who had, like, better internet connections or whatever, or, like, who were closer to the actual servers in Japan. Like, people in Japan basically had an unfair advantage, for NM camping. So it was never really addressed. Like, basically, unless you had, unless you had, like, I don't know, it was just always harder. There was always, like, extra lag if you were in the United States. I think they did have, I don't know, they did have servers. I don't know how all the servers worked, but I remember people would complain about that. I don't know if it was, valid complaints. Oh, I'm just gonna drop these bullshit. Oh, I also should have dropped off the, I have plenty of inventory space, it's fine. Oh yeah, of course, someone with a very original joke about puts the fucking lotion in the basket. Of course, a very original joke. Yep, nothing really insightful from this thread. Someone's saying turn off the power to my room. Well, first of all, they're talking about someone else because they're misgendering me. Turn off the power to the person's room. He can't do that. He literally can't because I'm on the lease. That's illegal. If he tries to prevent me from living my life, if he tries to prevent me from working, if he tries to prevent me from using the internet I pay for. In fact, the only person who can legally cut anybody off is me. And in some cases I did, and I felt like an asshole for it. But there were some cases where I had to cut my dad off from the internet because he was just completely, just like fucked up. And I'm like, okay, like I'm not going to enable this behavior. You're just sitting here drinking. And then he like cried. He's like, please, I have my game. There's people counting on me. I'm like, you really need to get your priorities straight. Like seriously, he's crying about his fucking game, like that he pays money for some reason. That's like destroying his life, which obviously that's his own prerogative. It's not my business. Okay, so I do need to cast Dia on these because I'm one-shotting the bees. Oh, never mind. I'm not always one-shotting them. I guess I'll just cut my losses. I don't want to have to rest MP. Yeah, I guess some of them I'm gonna one-shot, unfortunately. Either way, I don't think it particularly matters. I mean, obviously TH2, TH and TH2 is. I don't know if it fully. I don't actually know exactly how this server implements it. I mean, somebody would have to investigate. I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those super hardcore calculating, you know, Excel sheet person that like is going to calculate these things, but I'm sure somebody will. I'm just gonna basically just do my thing. I'm gonna act on the information that we already know about TH, is that you have to actually get enmity first and kind of ramp it up. And usually I think TH and TH2 automatically, like anything TH3 and above is going to be harder to proc. Like you have to ramp it up. Which is usually fine because those TH levels aren't really particularly going to matter for anything that you're going to one-shot. I could also always wear a, you know what I could do? Just wear a slightly weaker dagger. That would help. I'll just wear the weaker dagger. Or even like, yeah, let's just wear the sword. Oh, I don't have it on me. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. What? Why is it not equipping? Oh, because I can't wear it, obviously. Yeah, just wear the dagger. The weaker, slightly weaker dagger. Yeah, that way I'll still, I won't one-shot them as much. Or maybe at all. It depends. If I get critical, if I get crit, then it'll probably... Oh, I also think the Dirt Eaters also drop zinc ore, which is usable for the quest. Also triple attack. I mean, I don't know. Triple attack, I think that... I don't know how that procs. I don't know. Let me just... It's gonna be faster if I just use the paring knife. Because... I think the only thing that's one-shotting the bees are crits, and I don't think that's gonna make a difference if I have a lower... I would have to have like a lot lower damage weapon. Which I don't have on me. Mystique. Plus, I think I'm going to be farming the higher level Yagado anyway. Because I want to go camp the monster Signet. So I'm gonna need the higher level dagger. Extra parrying will keep me alive longer. Well, keep my H... Well, because I'm not going to die here. These are all low level. I'm high enough level even under the highest level monsters here. I'm not going to die. So, basically, but it'll keep me from, but in order, because I'll have enough time to rest and heal up. Because nothing hits me hard enough to kill me. Oh, here we go. Somebody who's actually defending me. People aren't allowed to make mistakes anymore. I feel sorry for that. I feel sad for that. What the fuck? Oh, never mind. So never mind. It's just one of those people. Parents need to bring back the belt. This is people projecting their own psychoticness. Their own psychosis. Like, people are just so fucking psychotic. Like, people literally... There's people out there... Like, this is why I'm like, this has nothing to do with me. Like, these people are just so sick in the head that they think that it's okay to beat your kids with a belt. This is why we need to bring back the belt. Like, do you understand how psychotic that is? It was never okay. That there was just a whole generation of abusive parents who honestly were probably abused themselves. And it probably just perpetuated over generations. Of people who were just like literally like beaten as kids and then try to justify that as like, oh, it's for your own good. Like, no, that's what abusers do. They say, oh, I'm not, I'm doing this because you need to learn. Like, that's what psychotic abusers do. So these people are projecting. At least somebody watched it to the end and actually saw the reality of the situation a little bit more. What the fuck? Butt odor pillow? Yeah, like then there's the people literally commenting on the things that are like not usually commented on. That's kind of interesting. A butt odor pillow. What the hell? Somebody thinks that I'm like this other person who murdered someone? Someone literally posting a video of someone like, who I guess in New York, who a 22-year-old trans person who like murdered her dad or something. Like, what the fuck? You know, a bad photo lasts forever. It's important to smile at the camera. Jesus Christ. Why are people so weird about, like, I mean, I don't know, like, obviously people, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna shit people, I mean, obviously people have their own identity, and, like, all these, like, it's like, I'm not gonna argue, there's at least 3 genders, but that's at least 3. Or I just got here, those are the only 2 responses to how many genders there are, because you literally you can't quantify identity. It's literally unquantifiable. And only 3 we know of that are pretty bimodal are, like either male, female, or agender, like non-binary, or just like agender, like no gender. Like those are the 3 we know of. And then there's more, and people have put names to them, like I guess gyrogender. And that's all fine, but I'm not gonna go, I mean, obviously I'm very simple, I'm very binary, I'm female, like that's it. It's pretty simple for me. But I'm not gonna go around and shit on other people, At least somebody said I look 25. I'm 35. So at least I look 10 years younger than I actually am. That's good news. See, I'm getting some good insight from this thread, you see? It's just confirming my amazingness. I don't know when the time of death is, so I'm not going to waste my time camping right now. Well, maybe we'll wait for the next spawn. If I see people flee. Oh yeah, and then there's somebody who's just gonna think that like I'm just one of the crazies, and then somebody thinks they're an ally and says, here comes the conservatives, think that the whole community is like this. Honestly, I've made sweeping judgments about people, and ever since my own experience, I've kind of opened my eyes a little bit that maybe I should like not judge people so quickly, because obviously it's happened to me. And it happens to a lot of people, and it's so easy to make sweeping judgments. And obviously, of course, it's still going to happen. I'm still going to make sweeping judgments, and I try to change. And at least I'm aware of it, and I try to do better. You know, as the Gen Z likes to say. Oh, the Gen Z. What am I, a boomer now? Jeez. Am I old? Here comes the woke leftist to gaslight us about what we just saw. People are so weird. Then people harassing my dad about it. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, my dad wasn't okay, but like... Somebody's name is Rabandra? It's like Rebecca and Cassandra. It's Rabandra. Someone named Rebecca, I approve. Rabandra. If you just add R-E to any name, R-E-B to any name, like Rebecca, like R-E, like Rebecca, it's like you're Rebecca, you're like Becca twice. You're Becca and then you're Rebecca, like like a reply or like redo, like you're doing it again. Like you're not just Becca, you're also Rebecca. And then, of course, there's the people who think it's fake, obviously. I also think my dad knew he was on camera, and he also wanted to, and maybe he thought it was a bit. I think both of us kind of deep down maybe thought it was a bit. So I think it was kind of performative. But it was very bad. It was a mistake. It was a huge mistake. And I also, like, when the cops got there, I muted, but when I called the police, I was worried. It took the police multiple times to actually explain to me that, like, I do have rights. And that, you know, because I was getting upset over things that I didn't know were rights that I had. That my dad was knowingly taking advantage of my lack of knowledge. But there's nothing the cops can do about it, and I don't want the cops, I don't want to press charges, obviously. I love my dad, and also he is paying, I don't know, this is the kind of things abusers do. Is they're like, well, I'm paying for rent, so therefore you can't, you know, you can't call the police on me. And it's like, that, you know, it's, I don't know. I love my dad very much. At least stay for one round. Bob Vila. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of funny how people are so stuck on this. I mean, a lot of people are hearing it for the first time, and the internet is timeless. So obviously I have to deal with this probably forever, but eventually, hopefully, more and more momentum of people who actually know the kind of my character who actually understand me as a person will outweigh those people, and it won't matter so much. Because it'll be just like, it is a very minority, by the way. The people who actually think that I'm a bad person and I'm terrible, the only people who seem to hate me are the people I don't really want in my life anyway. So it's kind of good, honestly. Because, I mean, it's not really good in the sense that, like, there's a lot of people who I think are decent people who don't judge people and don't judge me. I mean, or like, who just don't know the whole story and don't give me the time of day. So I have to fight to undo that as much as I can. Because it really hindered my progress, I think, at like trying to, you know, be a content creator. But maybe it's going to help me in the long run. I don't know. Because it is kind of my foot in the door. Unfortunately, it's a bad thing. But I might be able, you know, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't undo the past. I can't make it go away. And the only thing I can do is just try to move forward. Which is what I've been doing. Literally, it's been 3 years. Like anybody who, and you know, it was right at the start of the pandemic too. So there was a lot of emotions. You know, and obviously decent people understand this. Anyway, I'm kind of talking about this too much. The fuck? Yeah, it's just like kiwi farmers. That's about it. So that's why I don't really care what they think at all. They're absolutely disgusting, pathetic, miserable excuses for humans. And I can say that about them because they deserve it. I don't deserve the hate that I get. And like, when it really gives you some perspective, when the people who hate you are people who are going to hate you no matter what you do, because they're just hateful people who hate everybody and they don't look at themselves in the mirror. The people I care about are the people who are kind of like otherwise decent people who then like kind of just dismiss me entirely, and that's what I'm worried about. But then I don't know, then I get people like Mikachu, and I get all my, you know, all my fans, you know, my supporters. It reminds me of like all the hope that I have. And I try to focus on the people who actually matter. And that's kind of how I've gotten through a lot of this. Because obviously if I fixated on those negative people, I would just go insane. Or I would just delete myself off the internet. And that's not possible. It's just not possible. Why not? It's just not possible. Why not, you stupid? My morning routine. I mean, I could play into it, but I chose not to do that. I could have played into their belief of me and acted like a psychotic person and made more content like that. I thought that was a terrible route. That would have damaged everything in my life. It would have damaged my mental health. But that is what some people do, I think. Which is why I kind of have some compassion for content creators that are like overly outrageous or whatever. I'm like, that person like knowingly chose to lean into that part of their character. Yeah, someone said, I just deleted my tweet because I have no idea what's going on in this video. I think it's wrong to be rude though. Okay. Oh yeah, I had some food. I'll be right back. Yeah, looks like my park's finally cracking down on the fucking crackheads. There's some fucking like meth dealing and shit like that going on in the neighborhood, and it's like they're finally cracking down on it, so to speak. Pun intended. So fucking tired of these fucking people riding around on bicycles, people who don't even live here. And some people who are clearly established drug dealers that everyone knows about. At least I'm also getting gil from the Yagado. So I'm getting passive gil, but I'm also getting like... I'm getting the Yagado bead necklaces. And I can use those for Norg fame. But I'm gonna be real with you, I might just sell them and then do the zinc ore when I'm ready to do the quest. I don't know, man. It's like all the gil adds up. Alright, I'm back. I had to get some food and all that. Where's my controller? Fuck. Oh, there it is. I'm like, what? What is going on? What is going on here? Oh, and there's an NM here that drops... It's on the other side. That drops a bow. That I think was broken before, but I think they fixed it. So I can camp that. Yeah, I'm also getting beehive chips. I haven't gotten any yet. But honey and beehive chips sell really well. Yagano necklaces. Honestly, zinc ore is the better one to use for the quest. So I could just sell the Yagano necklaces. Because in order to turn them in, I would have to use up all my freaking Mog House space to keep them. And you have to use so much more Yagano necklaces than zinc ore. So I think it would be better just to sell them and then get my better equipment and then just make the gil required to get the zinc ore later when I actually unlock and level ninja. Yeah, I'm like trying to make better use of my time because farming the Yagano necklaces for the quest, you have to use up so much and then you have to also go to Norg and then you have to, which takes time, and then you have to turn it in. So it's like there's this whole process involved. Oh, and the giant stingers. Those are also good. Yeah, we're making lots of gil. Just, it's really tedious, but it really adds up. Like, we're not trying to get XP right now. We're trying to make gil, so we're treating the XP like... We're treating the gil like it's XP. In this specific moment. Obviously, there's always different stuff you can do. Public schools did this. Fucking blanket statement. What the fuck is wrong with people? It's just like, I don't know. Honestly, what I did wasn't okay, and it's just, it can't be undone, but whatever, like, it really just, all the people who are actually mentally ill flock to it, and it's like a lightning rod for all the mental illness. There's someone saying, this is so tragic, my heart hurts for both of them. But someone actually defending, like, me, my actions? What the fuck? Someone said, that queen put that guy in check. I guess they're making a... Oh, shit! They made a chess joke. Oh my goodness. But no, for real, like, anybody defending my actions is also psychotic, because my actions were not okay. Bring back asylums? What the fuck? And someone saying that poor girl. Well, I'm doing okay. Annoying gnome. Someone said 18 years couldn't come any sooner. Does someone think I'm a minor? The fuck? What the fuck? Do I look that young? I mean, that's a compliment. And these are the higher level ones, but it's gonna be... They're still not so high level that they're gonna, like, be a problem. Like, you know, this is what regen is for. Did someone think I'm like a child? Someone said if I had started screaming at my dad like this at that age, what are you talking about? And then someone's defending me, but not my actions. His transgender daughter is brave and beautiful and is also good at chess. I'm just stating obvious facts here. I don't know if that person is being sarcastic, but if not... Oh shit, I missed it. Yeah, like, I don't know what people don't understand about the situation. People say, I honestly believe most trans types would be better off if they get some therapy instead of us pretending that it is normal for a man to think. Like, do people not understand the reality that we, like, already... Like, we already do that? That's why we're so fucked up? Is because we try to tell ourselves that we're not actually trans for, like, years at a time? Do people, like, not understand the situation? I don't think they do. Like, do they think that, like, we're delusional and that we're, like, immediate, like, do they not understand that, like, society has already pushed us to the point of doing exactly that? That I literally went through, like, a whole bunch of shit before I was able to actually be strong enough to transition because I know it's what I needed. That I tried everything possible to not transition and it didn't work. Like, it failed miserably. Do people actually believe that? For a second, I wouldn't have gone through all the alternatives? It's just crazy to me that people would think that. Well, I mean, the only thing I'm getting out of this thread is that people think I'm 25. This is actually a pretty good insight here. Is that I actually look like I'm 25 and not 35. Which I am. I'm 35. So, yeah, I mean, I'm getting some pretty positive, insight from this thread. Someone said, this 25-year-old... assuming still living with daddy, has a problem and the old man is not equipped to deal with it. Like, what the fuck? Oh, that's all the posts. People are so fucking dumb. Yep. Yet another hate thread about me. Oh, thank you, Osmosis Jones. Yeah, nothing intelligent, nothing new and insightful other than the fact that people think I'm like 25. So that, I mean, that's the only insight I got from that. Nothing else was, everything else was just old, tired bullshit that people are just fucking projecting their mental illness on Twitter. And then, you know, what's funny is they're calling me mentally ill. It's like I've fucking made strides in my life. And even at that point, I was still making strides, trying to move forward. But, you know, some things aren't solved that quickly. You know, the human experience is really complex. And people think that, like, I don't know, people seem to, like, just project. They're like, oh, you know, this is mental illness, and it's like misgendering me, you know, assuming that, like, they know anything about the situation at all. Assuming that they think that, like, my dad can, like, they don't even understand. My dad can't legally kick me out. I am on the lease. The cops actually had to explain that to me, because I didn't understand that. I didn't know that. That's why I freaked out so many times, because I thought that at any moment I could lose everything. But the cops told me that, like, I have rights. Oh, it's pretty good, Dirty Cam. Just another hate thread on Twitter popped up against me. Nothing really new in the comments. It's the same exact comments that have been happening since it came out. Honestly, it just says more about them than it does me. Yeah, hate thread. Just the same shit. Projecting their mental illness about hating trans people. Saying like, oh, this confirms my hate. Like, dude, like, what the fuck? Because a shitty thing happened a couple of years ago, and it went viral, or I guess micro viral, among like Kiwi farmers and 4chan conservative people, or alt-right people. And it's the same people, really, and they're all meaningless. They're all irrelevant. Who will never have anything in their life. And so instead of actually living their life, they go around and shit on other people when they're just projecting and they need to look in a mirror. If anybody needs psychiatric help, it's them. And I have already gotten psychiatric help. And I am continually working on my mental health. But they don't want to understand that. They don't want to see that, because then they'll have to acknowledge I'm a human being. And if they acknowledge I'm a human being, then they have to face their own problems. And they don't want to do that. They want to blame everyone but themselves. Yeah, I mean, they already tried to make me a lol cow and they failed. Because I didn't give in to their... I didn't give into it. Yeah, the emotes on Kick are kind of funny. Shocked. Just shocked. But it just kind of sucks. They took away my emotes. Like, I added a bunch of emotes. But I guess they changed it. Do you pay rent? No, but I'm on the lease. And because I'm on the lease, he can't legally kick me out. He can't legally enter my room. Because this is designated as my room. He can't go in my room without my permission. He can't cut off the power. Because the power is part of the lease agreement. And I'm on the lease. So he can't cut off power. That's illegal. It's a violation of human rights. I have rights. And I didn't know I had rights for the longest time. I thought because my dad was paying rent that I had no rights. And I was scared all the time. And that's why I was screaming, because I thought that he could ruin my life at any time. But really what was happening was they 5150'd me because I was screaming. And I try to not scream, and anytime the cops show up, I stay calm now. And they just kind of roll their eyes because there's nothing they can do about my dad. He's not doing anything like overtly illegal, and I'm not going to press charges. But you know, he puts on this show, this dog and pony show or whatever, of like, oh, I did nothing wrong, she's just acting crazy. And they roll their eyes because they know what's going on. He's very obviously inebriated every time they come over. It's very obvious what's going on. Like, it's not rocket science. It's not some complicated, multifaceted issue. He's just drunk. It's not this deeper meaning. And the cops are on my side. You know, as much as like cops can be kind of assholes sometimes I get some passive aggressive cops that are just kind of shitty. But there are some cops who really empathize with the situation and have, you know, because I've done nothing wrong. And they understand what's going on, and also they understand that I'm making efforts to not freak out and not have meltdowns. But I am autistic, it's going to happen. But I try to minimize it, you know, because I maximize the things I can control and minimize the things I can't. No, I think their problems are worse. Because at least my problems I'm actually working on, they're not even willing to work on their problems. That's the thing. Instead, they go on the internet and try, and like places like Kiwi Farms where they feel like they're accepted, and they're accepted by the worst possible people. And so, like, if you feel accepted by white supremacists and, you know, like all stuff like that, that's not a place you want to be accepted. Like, you don't want them to accept you. That's a really bad, dark path, and it leads to many people's lives being destroyed. And the worst part is that they think that everybody else is the one destroying their life. They're saying like, oh, those liberals, you know, they can't understand, they can't accept that I know the truth. And it's like, dude, I can't even say what they say because it would be against TOS. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know exactly the kind of bullshit manifesto kind of types, right? The people that commit atrocities. Like, I'm not going to pay any attention to, I'm not going to take anything they do or say or do seriously because these people end up doing, like, atrocities. Nothing they say matters. No, he can't. I'm on the lease. I've already been told by the police and by the park manager. You don't know what you're talking about. Like you have no idea what's going on. I've already been told by the park manager I'm doing nothing wrong, and as long as I stay calm, I'm fine. And I also have a disability. So any kind of persecution on my disability would be like a very bad infringement. No, he can't. He can't do that. Because there's no legal basis for him removing me from the lease. I've already had it explained to me. Like, you're explaining a situation you know nothing about. And I ask you to stop. I'm just gonna invite you to stop. Stop making assumptions about things. It has nothing to, like, he has no power over me at all. I'm on the lease. You can't just remove someone just because you want them to. You have to actually do something to merit it. And you know, the police have literally told me there's nothing he can do as long as I don't break the law. And the lease it's not his house. Well, it is. It's in his name, but like as far as parking it on the property, it was supposed to be my house. My aunt literally bought it for me. She was going to put it in my name. This was literally supposed to be my house. But he can't take this, he can't take it away from me because it would literally be removing my abode here when I'm literally on the lease. Like if he left and took everything, he would also be taking my property. Like he would be taking my housing, which would be against the law. Yeah, I mean it's a lot of fidget spinning. This game is a lot of different stuff to do. A lot of like you know a lot of stuff to do with your hands. I'm playing on gamepad, so I play on a PS2 controller. So it's like a lot of different stuff to move around and click on, and I use it as a very complicated fidget spinner. That's why I love this game. I've been playing it since I was like in high school, like 2002 when it came out in North America. And this is a classic server because, you know, I play retail as well. But a classic, this is Horizon XI. Yeah, you can go to horizonxi.com to find out everything about it. Then you can join the Discord. And I have a lot of, I need to make a lot of gil. So I need to make at least 555k for all my gear that I need. This one's not till level 50, so I can kind of factor that out. But, I still need them. It's a lot of evasion, and evasion's really good, for soloing. These are BC&Ms because they're way too expensive to buy. There's, thankfully, these are the rare EX versions of the same items. They're different items, but they're basically the same exact item. Because there's Emperor Hairpin, and there's Leaping Boots, and there's Peacock Charm. But they have Peacock Amulet, they have Bounding Boots, and they have Empress Hairpin. And, they're the same thing. Like, this is Evasion plus 10. This is Dex and Agility plus 3. It's the best in slot boots for like the vast majority of the game, and I think like the whole, and not the whole game maybe. And then Peacock Amulet, that's accuracy plus 10 on your neck. But I can get these from BC&M, and I need to level up a job to do that. So that's something completely separate. I'm not going to farm those by making gil. I'm going to farm those by leveling up a job and then doing the battlefield to try to get the drops. And then this is Gobby Bag. I already did the first Gobby Bag. Now I need, so I'm doing the Gobby Bags first until the price gets a little bit too high. 16.2k is a very reasonable amount of gil to make in a short time. So I'm basically just going to farm up the gil for the next Gobby Bag, and then I'll have 40 slots in an inventory, which over time, having more slots in your inventory means you can stay out and farm longer. So right now, I've been using, like, a lot of stuff stacks and some stuff doesn't. But yeah, it's a MMO. It's Final Fantasy 11 online. And this is a classic server, level 75 cap. It's called Era Plus. So they, so it's like it has some stuff that's kind of been changed to be more balanced, basically to make it a better game, but not changing the game overtly. It keeps the good spirit of the game and just, you know, improves some things that were really lacking. Because they eventually changed stuff in the retail version, but then it like went in a different style of direction. Like current retail is very different than classic. Like it's basically, there's a lot of power creep. A whole bunch of gear that you get is basically rendered useless. Like every time they do like a big, they're done. They just released the final chapter of the storyline. They apparently already did that with Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, That was supposed to be the final chapter to the storyline. But then they added a new one, like last year, for the 20-year anniversary. Maybe they were planning it all along. Which I kind of started already on retail. But I have like 14 years of content to catch up on retail, because I only started like for a month in 2020 and like a month in 2021. And I started up again with my brother, because he made a character there. So I pretty much only play there with my brother. And mostly I focus on Horizon, because this is the game I fell in love with, which was Classic. The Classic level 75 era. And most people who are fans of the game prefer this. But then there's obviously a large amount of people who prefer the retail. But there's a lot of people who quit the game because the game went in a direction they didn't want it to. Where you get to level 99 as fast as possible, and then you just grind out gear, and then there's a lot of power creep. So there's basically like a whole bunch of content was completely rendered irrelevant. Yeah, the situation with the park where I live, their mission is to help people and prevent homelessness. So even if my dad did do something like go to jail or something, you know, I'm on SSI. I think they would find a way to help me, because that's their entire mission, is to help prevent homelessness. And I'm very at risk, because if my dad stops paying rent, he would fuck himself over, but he would also fuck me over. Yeah, and also my dad does care about me, and he you know, and you know, he knows that I'm his only option right now. I was homeless for a while, but he kicked me out illegally. When I was like 20, 21. When I had like, basically when I was homeless, I basically gave up all hope of transitioning, of getting surgeries, which made me miserable. And I was, you know, because I was homeless and insurance didn't pay for stuff back then. I could have probably tried to at least get on hormones and start everything, but I didn't. I wasn't strong enough, unfortunately. I wasn't strong enough to do what I needed to do. But I can't change the past. But yeah, if you decide to join on Horizon, just you know, send me a tell. You know, I can try to get you into a link shell, or like, which is like a guild. So I make about like 50 gil per kill. So already I've made like 2, because you see on the top right corner, that was how much gil I started when I entered the zone, 2785, and I think it's supposed to update automatically, but I also kind of like how it's called Gil Tracker. I actually kind of like how it shows it doesn't update, because then it keeps the amount of gil that I had when I entered, and it shows how, and then I can look at my equipment and it shows that I've made, and it shows like the difference, like how much I've made since I entered. And right now I'm kind of just basically on autopilot, just kind of hanging out and streaming. I think it's really good to do stuff like farming and stuff while I'm just chatting with you guys, because it really adds up over time. And like if I'm streaming and chatting, like it can really just like pass a lot of time. Oh. I mean, at least I know how to make money in a video game. I do know how to make money in real life. I just, right now, I am so close to a surgery right now. I'm more thinking long term right now. I'm thinking about how I can, like, actually have a path towards moving out of here. And I'm pretty scared. I'm trying to avoid a panic attack right now. I'm talking to my case manager right now on my phone. On text. I'm pretty scared. Like, I don't know how to, like... I just don't know how. I'm scared. But I can't give up. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep trying to fight. Because, I can only... I don't have many options for making money, and I can't work a regular job without potentially losing everything. Because if I work like a fast food job or something, it might be okay for like a few months, and then I would lose my SSI. And if I ever lost it, I would just constantly be on edge. Because if I ever lost it, like because I can't work anymore or I got fired, because this is what happens, and it got worse over time. I was able to like work, and then as like a year went on, I would just get slowly like more worn down until I just had to quit. And it was just extreme harm to my mental health. And that's why I was awarded SSI, because I obviously have a disability. Because if I can't work, I'm disabled. But I'm trying to, I don't think I can, I think it's just, I want to work. It just means my definition of work has to change, which is what I've been doing. But there's just, I'm very scared about the future. Like, but I am gonna hold on, okay? I'm gonna hold on. Because I know that the future's not written yet, and that a lot of things I've been working on are coming to fruition. And I have to have faith in myself, that it's really gonna work out. Even though I don't know what it's gonna look like. Okay? Like, it will work out. Hey, thanks for the follow on D Live. Thank you, GFX Josie. I'm just kind of like, it's this more of the same, just like trying to avoid a panic attack. Because I am a lot better off than I was a couple of years ago. There's actually hope in my life right now. And there's a lot of things that are amazing, and that I'm actually really have a lot of capability of doing, that I need to believe and have faith in myself. Otherwise, I'm gonna fail. I don't know how I'm going to make a living. I'm on SSI hanging by a thread. But I don't know how I'm gonna move out of here. I don't know how I'm gonna take care of myself. And I'm scared because, like, the only chance to get out of here is to somehow get some kind of job that actually pays something, and then I would have to maintain that for years, which I just can't do anymore. And there's only so much that my case manager and my therapist can help with. Like, it's not their job to get me a house. And that scares me because I need someone to help. And they can't. It's not their job. I have to be the one to do it, and that scares me. It scares me so much. I just want life to be okay. I just want to pay taxes and contribute to society, you know? But I'm not gonna let this tilt me. I'm not I am able-bodied, but I'm autistic, and I'm gonna time you out. Because you are already being a problem. I'm gonna time you out, Osmosis Jones. Okay? You're being a fucking piece of shit. Okay? I've had enough people abuse me that way, trying to say that I look able-bodied. It's like I am disabled. I'm autistic. It's invisible. Do you understand? It's a disability. And I'm tired of people like claiming, like, you don't think that I already accuse myself of making excuses? This is not something that's fake, okay? This is real. This is something that's affected me my whole entire life. Okay? And I'm so sick and tired of people trying to make me, expecting me to do things that I just can't do. Like, I can't just go get a freaking fast food job. That's not going to change anything, and it's gonna make it worse. That's what I tried already. Like, you don't think that I tried that all through my 20s. I'm so tired of people just assuming they know everything about my situation when they know nothing. Like, I'm working with a therapist and a case manager. I'm doing what I can.
getting better. Easy, rental. Easy, rental. We're getting better. Punch, punch, punch. Punch, chop, block. Duck, turn, jump, kick, pose. Chop, chop, punch, turn, block. Kick, punch, chop, block. Kick, kick. Punch, punch. Chop, chop. Block. Kick.
It is...
Guys, I'm gonna have to take a break. I'll be back on later, maybe. Yeah, I've been kind of in like a Final Fantasy mood lately. We will play Monster Hunter Rise again, and we will play Diablo 3 again, don't worry. I just kind of jump back and forth between the games I play. I don't always play the same game all the time. Sometimes I kind of get in a kick and I just want to play the same game for a bit. Like Final Fantasy 11, I'm kind of getting lost in the you know, in the escapism, and it's pretty good. But I think things are gonna be okay. I talked to my case manager earlier on the phone, so I had to mute the microphone. I can't deal with talking to chat about that. I had to talk to my case manager. We're gonna work through this, okay? I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. I don't know how I'm ever gonna be able to make a living. I'm doing my best though. You know, I can make content on the internet. That's something in my control. I don't know if it's ever gonna work out, but I have to try. I have to try to get myself in there. And I have a lot of people who believe in me. You know, people like you, Rogue, if you're still here, and people like all the people who are here. And I'm sorry I had to ban that person. It's just, I can't deal with that kind of mentality. Someone telling me that I can just go work at McDonald's, like, I can't do that. It's not going to work. I already tried that. It's not going to work. It just won't. And I hate that my only options are things that are so unlikely to work out that it's almost hopeless. But it's not hopeless. And it doesn't have to be exactly what I'm trying. Like, I'm just making an effort. And I don't know what things will look like. I don't know how things are gonna work out, but I know that I'm trying. And I'm putting myself out there, and I'm trying to see how I can wiggle myself in. Anyway, I'll talk to you